Tastes like grass. So guys, you're probably wondering why I'm drinking this. This is a blend of spinach, mushrooms, and blueberries. Sometimes I do these other shakes with kale, it could be kiwi, anything you want to throw in there that you just simply don't want to eat. And for me, it's all about convenience because I don't have a lot of time to sit here and eat a ton of spinach. I'd rather just blend it up with a bunch of other ingredients and just drink it. Sure, it's not going to be the most tasteful thing, but here's the thing, guys, you're going to adapt to this type of stuff, especially when you go from eating a lot of processed foods and sweets to more traditional greens and fruits, but your body is going to love it. Let's go ahead and get into this episode. So this is a new year, obviously it's 2021, and we've gone through a lot of bad stuff in 2020, and needless to say, I was one of those people that fell into the COVID trap excuse of not going to the gym, not eating right, and just really sitting around and doing a lot of nothing. I want to say in the last couple of months, I've been going to the gym maybe like twice a week. So I know something has to change, and what better time to do it than a brand new year, even though I think New Year's resolutions are kind of cliche. It is what it is, guys. Now's the perfect time. Another reason why I kind of want to get into shape is that I will be in Florida here in about 6 weeks. So I want to make sure that I look decent for that because I have put on a little bit of flab here in my gut. So it's time to start a cut. I'm on day 5 and I already feel night and day different. So one of the things I want to do with you guys in this episode, in this new bodybuilding series, is I want to go through dieting, which I think is your number one most crucial aspect to bodybuilding and fitness. Secondly, we'll come down to lifts, how I got started in all of this, and where I am today. So hopefully you guys enjoy this little mini series. If you do, make sure to subscribe now, like, and comment below. And if you guys do want to see anything specific around fitness and dieting, make sure to comment those below, and I would love to take those requests and actually put them into place. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So the first thing I do want to talk about with you guys is basically how I got started in all of this. And really, it all began several years ago, many years ago actually. It all began for me back in 2010. So I was kind of in a weird place in my life. I wasn't in school at the time. I had just gotten out of a major relationship of several years, and I was looking for something else, but I just didn't know how to get started. Yes, 11 years ago this month, I walked into a gym and I signed up for a membership, walked from the sign-up desk straight to the weight room, and the moment I walked in, I had no idea what to do. In fact, I was so intimidated that the only thing I really knew how to do was do curls. So I went over to the dumbbell rack, grabbed a couple of dumbbells. I did a few curls as I just kind of looked around the weight room, and I was lost. I had no idea what to do. I was super intimidated. So all that said, I literally put my dumbbells up and walked right back out of the gym. I was in there maybe like 10 minutes. So the next day, or that night actually, I got on Facebook. I had a mutual friend of some friends, and this guy I knew was big into the gym, and I hit him up and I said, hey, you know, I know we don't know each other, but we have a lot of mutual friends. And people just recommended me to get with you to see if maybe you can kind of show me around the gym, you know, maybe just a day or two to see what it's like. So he actually said yes, which was nice. And I met up with him, I want to say the next day, and he showed me everything in that gym. And it took, you know, a couple of weeks, 3 weeks maybe. And we actually started kind of working out together, which was nice. But I'll tell you guys, the first day that he showed me in the gym, I went home to my family and I said, guys, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life because I loved it that much. So it just goes to show you that sometimes when you help others out, that little bit of help can change someone's entire life. And that little bit of help for me changed mine. Hopefully with these videos, maybe I can make an impact with someone else. So that's basically the story of how I got started. One last thing before we really get started. I want you guys to do this for you. Don't do it for other people, girls or guys or, you know, whatever it is. Do it for the right reasons. The only person you should be doing this for is yourself. Because if you do it for the wrong reasons, you're going to end up extremely lonely, and it's not a good thing, guys. So, all right, let's go ahead and get into it. I want to get into dieting number one, because dieting is what it's all about. So I want to go ahead and get into some of the basics. So this will be a basic walkthrough, guys. Over the upcoming weeks, when I do develop these series, we will get more in depth and in detail. So this is going to be more of a broader range. And if you do lift and you do diet a little bit already, it probably isn't going to be new to you, but this really will help lay the foundation of where we will be going here in the next few weeks. The first thing I want to talk about is macronutrients. Macros are basically your carbs, proteins, and fats. So how do you come up with your personalized macros? Guys, I make this extremely easy. I know there's not a one size fits all, but there is a base foundation, and I do follow the rule if it fits your macros. So as long as I've met my base needs for the day and I have an extra 500 or 600 calories at the end of the day, I will literally eat whatever I want. And no, it does not impact my weight loss at all, and it shouldn't impact yours either. And I am not a fan of keto. I'm not going to be talking about really the reasons why I'm not a fan of it, or which diet style you should go with. I will tell you what I personally like is I like carbs. I like to eat, okay? And I love my carbs. I am carb sensitive, which basically means the more carbs I eat, the more bloated I get, the more water retention that I hold, but I simply don't care. I look at the positives of that, and the positive is my joints don't hurt as much. Unless I'm going for some competition, which I never have, I'm not really worried about that, and you shouldn't be either. If you do want to do keto, I'm probably not going to be the right person to listen to, just because I've never done it. I would never want to do it. And there is no scientific evidence that says keto is any better than doing a normal calorie deficit diet as it is. So let's go ahead and move forward here. So how do you figure out your macros? Well, it all depends also on what you're doing. Are you trying to gain weight or lose weight? I'm going to go over both. If I'm trying to gain weight, most people are going to say it's 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So if you weigh 200 pounds, you're supposed to eat 200 grams of protein in order to gain weight, as well as have a calorie surplus. As far as cutting though, I think the general rule of thumb is 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight. And today I will be discussing what I am doing, because I am cutting. I am at a 500 calorie deficit. So therefore, with me weighing 200 pounds, this would mean that I would need to have 300 grams of protein per day. How many calories is 300 grams of protein? Well, it's simple. In protein, there's 4 calories per gram. So simply we would type in 300 grams of protein, times that by 4, and that's 1,200 calories. So how do we come up with how many calories that we need? I use a very simple procedure, and this goes back to years and years ago. And yes, it's probably not the most accurate for everyone out there, but for me, it's dead accurate. And simply, this is how I do it. I take my body weight and I times it by 15. Theoretically, this is supposed to be your maintenance level, meaning if I ate 3,000 calories a day, I should be able to maintain my weight. But since I want to lose weight and I want to do 1 pound per week, there's 3,500 calories and 1 pound of fat. So if we take 3,500, divide that by 7, that would put us in a 500 calorie deficit per day in order to lose 1 pound of fat per week. So in this case, we would take my maintenance level of 3,000, we'd minus 500, which means I need to eat 2,500 calories a day in order to lose 1 pound of fat a week. So since we know that I need 300 grams of protein, and that's 1,200 calories, let's go ahead and deduct that. That leaves us with 1,300 calories that we need from fats and carbs alone. As a general rule of thumb, you multiply your body weight by 20% in order to get how many fats that you're supposed to have per day. So in this case, I'll do 200 again, because I weigh 200 pounds. We'll type in 20%. I need at least minimum 40 grams of fats per day. Now, fats are a little bit different than carbs and protein. Carbs and protein are 4 calories per gram, whereas fat is 9 calories per gram. So I will take 40 and times that by 9, and that leaves us with 360. So we'll go back to our remaining calories of 1,300 a day minus 360, which leaves me 940 calories that I need from carbs alone. So again, since we know that carbs are 4 calories per gram, we'll take our remaining balance of 940, divide that by 4, which leaves us with 235 carbs per day. So as it stands, I need 300 grams of protein a day, 235 carbs a day, and 40 grams of fat a day. Now I can manipulate the fats. If I do want to eat more, I can. I would just adjust the calories from the carbs down as well. Basically, this is what my macros would be in order to lose 1 pound of fat per week. So how do you know what's protein? Well, I've literally just typed in macronutrients right here in Google, and we're gonna take a look at it because I like pictures and hopefully you do too. So as you can tell here, protein is just gonna be your meats. It's gonna be your meats, eggs, fish. Carbs, this is going to be anything like fruits, breads. I would say some of my favorite carbs are white potatoes. I love to have those after my workout. Beans. Beans are also very high in fiber and protein, so I love beans. Fruit, of course, my favorite would be blueberries, bananas, strawberries, raspberries. And lastly, we have fats, and fats are going to be things like nuts, like almonds, walnuts, pecans, cashews, avocados, oils, olive oil, hell, even peanut butter. So that's basically the different categories. I definitely recommend an app. I use the one called Lose It. I've been using this app for 11 years straight, and I have built my own library on Lose It of all the foods that I tend to eat. So for me, it's very easy to track what I do eat. But I know this is extremely, extremely vague. Really, we're just, like I said, we're laying a base foundation for the upcoming series. We will get more in depth with you guys here with actual workout tips, certain workouts that I would do for certain days, as well as certain foods and dieting and everything else, things that I like to cook up, which will hopefully help you guys with your own journey in this. And I'm telling you, the reward is absolutely amazing. Not only do you look great, but you feel amazing and your mind feels great too. That's the best thing, is that you don't feel that cloudy mindedness ever. You're just 24/7 on top of everything. And that's the best thing about this lifestyle, is eating right, feeling great, and really taking ownership of yourself. So anyway guys, that pretty much wraps up this mini series. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe below, and I will see you in the next episode. Thanks guys.